Facebook world, good morning. It's your girl Mindy C. I'm coming at you breakfast time. So let's make some breakfast. So it's pretty self-explanatory what I'm going to make. I'm going to make a fat-filled coffee. I'm going to make breakfast burrito. Super duper easy. So good morning. Happy Saturday. It's your girl Mindy C. If you're live with me, drop me a 1. If you're on the replay, drop me a 2. You'll see that live box if you're live streaming with me. So we're just going to have some I'm going to cook breakfast the way that I cook it. So one of the ways that I cook my breakfast. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Hey, Susan, good morning. How are you doing? I'm making breakfast today. So in the morning time, when you're on the ketogenic diet, the keto lifestyle, you want to, hey, Carol, how are you doing? Hey, Louise. So when you're in the keto lifestyle, you want to fuel up your body in the morning time with fat. So because when your body is a fat burner, it means that your body is burning off of fat, not glucose. So that's when you say fat burner, because that's what I need to fuel my body, because my body runs off of fat versus glucose. So I'm going to show you, hey Angie, how are you doing? So making some breakfast. So I've got some, I'm going to make breakfast burritos. I've got these low-carb tortillas by La Banderita. These have 4 net carbs in them. So 1 tortilla per person. So, okay, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to throw them in a pan. And I'm using this is an avocado spray. It has 0 fat, 0 calories. Because I'm going to get my other fat from like my butter and my coconut oil and that. So I'm just going to grill that in a pan on both sides, and then I'm gonna stuff it with some eggs. So I'm just gonna scramble up some eggs. I'm gonna crunchy. Oh my God, I can't even talk this morning. See, this is why I don't come on in the morning time, because I can't speak. Country scramble my eggs. So there's all different kinds of ways to make your eggs. Country scramble is when you're gonna crack them in the pan. You're gonna let them cook a little bit, and then you're gonna bust them up. So you'll still have some egg pieces, some white pieces, some yellow yolky pieces in there. Hey Jody, how are you doing? Hey Nikki, how are you doing? Uh-oh, Nikki. Sorry, Nikki. Okay, so a couple eggs, and then I've got these little smoky acrid sausages. Now, again, this is where you wanna be careful when you're adding these types of things into your ketogenic lifestyle, because these are processed, but these have 3 carbs for 2 of them, but I'm going to use 1 per person. So that's 1.5 carbs, and then from my tortilla, that's 4 carbs. So this breakfast is only going to be 5.5 carbs, and then it's going to be packed with fat and protein and all that good stuff. So you always want to measure out your stuff. I got some butter. I've got my little scale right here. I'm going to put it on grams. And then you just want to read the labels. If you have a scale, it's 14 grams. So that's for 1 tablespoon. So you're just going to plop in what looks like to be a tablespoon until you get to the 14 grams. Just like that. That's about a half. Okay. Whoa. Oh my God. Butter's flying all over the place. What the heck? See? You're going to see me a hot mess this morning. That's what you guys are going to see. Hot mess. Okay, oh wait, that is wrong. Hold on a second. That's too much. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so 14 grams is a tablespoon. I can't get it together today. Wait till I pour my coffee. So you need a pan, put a tablespoon of butter, because we're going to let that warm up, and then we're going to crap. You know what, you guys? Hey Brenda, how are you doing? Hey Marsha, hey Andrea. I'm just stumbling all over my words today. Happy Saturday. Now you know what I'm like in the morning time. Okay, so I got a pan. I'm going to make a breakfast burrito. I got eggs. I got these little smoky sausages. Again, you can use some ham. Measure everything out. So, especially if it's got carbs in it. So you want to be careful. You don't want to omit these things because we're used to having these things, but use them in small quantities, okay? So, tablespoon of butter. We're going to crack the eggs, and coffee. I fuel up on my fat in the morning time. So this is one of the ways. So I've got heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream to my coffee while that butter is going. So let's measure that out. So just 2 heavy. So when you're logging, so I always say to log. So when you're logging, So 1 tablespoon is a serving size. So you're just going to log 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. Just like that. I've also got coconut oil. I'm going to put a tablespoon of coconut oil in my coffee as well. So that's where I'm going to get my extra fat, because being on a high-fat diet, you clearly can't eat the amount of food that you're going to need for fat. So you want to add those fats in by adding butter, coconut oil, MCT oil, avocado oil, all that good stuff. So most of your fat is going to be added. So you're going to say about 50 to 60 grams is going to be added through butter, oils, and all that through your cooking. So the rest will come from like your cheese, your meats, avocados, and all that good stuff. So we're going to put in, and again, you can just take your tablespoon out and just measure it out, and you're just going to plop that into your coffee mug just like that. And then I am going to pour my delicious coffee, and I made, my girl Mickey brought me over a little special surprise. So she brought me over this Dunkin' Donuts cinnamon coffee roll. So it's not flavored, it's not sweetened, it's just got a cinnamon flavor to it. So that's going in the cup. So I've got, I'm gonna figure it out in a second here. Let me pour this so I don't spill it. So I've got 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. I've got a tablespoon of coconut oil, and my coffee is going to have 10 grams, and so 24 grams of fat is going into my coffee. Okay? So you can take it the next step. You can put a tablespoon of butter in there too. So that's delicious too. To put a tablespoon of butter in there. So you can take your coffee up to like 30, 40 grams of fat just by drinking your coffee. So then, you know, because it is hard to get all that fat in. And then also I've got these skinny syrups. Like, so I bought these. You can buy them online on Amazon. I got these ones at Marshall's. They got them at TJ Maxx. This one's called Glazed Donut. I've got peanut butter cup. There's 0 calories, 0 sugar in these. So this is what you can use to sweeten up your coffee. And you don't need a lot. You only need maybe like a little bit. So just try out a tablespoon and then figure it out. So pour as you taste. And then that's it. So that's my coffee. So heavy whipping cream, coconut oil, and my skinny syrups. And there's sometimes I put my, you know, my functional fat, my keto cream in there. So sometimes I do that too. So I don't always do that. So I have something different all the time. So that's the coffee. So I got like 30 some grams from there. I've got a tablespoon of butter in my pan. And now I'm just going to crack a couple eggs. I'm going to crack 4 eggs because I'm making two burritos. So pretty self-explanatory. So you're going to log these. So 2 eggs per serving. So log in 2 eggs. So each egg has, let me see, I think 5. Where's the thing? All right. So each egg has 5 grams of fat and 6 grams of protein. So I'm going to get 10 grams of fat from the eggs. And then I'm going to get 12 grams of protein. But when you log that, it'll keep track of that for you. Uh-oh, I got eggshells in there. Hold on a second. What the hell? I'm gonna be crunching. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break a tooth, and none of the dentist offices are open, and then I won't be able to eat anything else. Let me see. All right. Now, oh my God, I got eggshells all in here. Hold on a second. All right, let me see. Hey Leroy, what's going on? Hey Dave, hey Rachel, hey Jacqueline, hey Hannah, hey Mark, hey Bill. All right. How are you guys doing? Hey Bev. Okay, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm cooking some breakfast burrito. Oh my God, these are terrible eggs. Hold on a second. What the hell's going on here? All right, I gotta fish these eggshells out. I think it's just bad eggs. That's all I think. It is not me. I know, it can't be me. All right, those look good. So if you want to add a little salt and pepper to it, go for it. So again, country scramble, I'm going to make sure there's no more eggshells in there. So country scramble is, you're just going to plop them in your pan like this and let those egg whites go a little bit. And then we'll bust them up and mix them up a little bit. And then for my meats, I've got these little smoky Eckrich sausages. So 2 of these have 3 carbs, and I'm only using 2 of them to split between 2 people, okay? So 1.5 carbs is coming from my little sausage. You can put bacon in there, you can put ham in there, whatever you want, whatever meat you want. So now all we're gonna do, again, add some salt and pepper if you want. I'm just gonna bust up those yolks a little bit. Oh, let me turn up the heat a little bit. And that's it. And then I'm gonna turn on my burner for my tortillas. And that's it. So once those start cooking a little bit and scrambling up, well, you can throw in the meat right now. That's fine. The meat will work in there right now. And then I'm gonna scramble the eggs with the meat, and then I'm gonna toast these on both sides with a 0 fat spray, avocado spray. You can use cooking spray if you want. If you really wanna make your fat content go up, you can use butter to saute this if you want, so that's totally cool. So you can get how many fat grams you want in the day, but you should always start with high fat grams in the day, because that's what your body is fueled on when you're on this type of lifestyle. So you want to make sure that your body is going to be able to function in oh, sorry, my dog's going through here. Hold on a second. So you want to make sure that your body is going to be able to be fueled. The same thing if you are glucose, which we normally were our glucose, using for our energy. So the same thing, you want to fuel up on to make sure that your body can run for the day. So it's like putting gas in a car. So that's exactly what it is. So country scramble. So now it's looking pretty good right there. I'm going to throw those tortillas on the pan, turn add up. And again, so easy to get your fat in the morning time. Add it to your coffee. Add it to your tea. If you don't like coffee, then you're going to have to start cooking with it, add it to your food and stuff, you know. But you can also add coconut oil to any flavored drink. So that'll work. Just throw it in there, melt it in the microwave, liquefy it, and then throw it into your drink, shake it up, and drink it so you can get your extra fat. Or you can just eat the coconut oil if you like it that way. So that's it. So that's how the scrambled. So you can still see the whites. There's still some yolk in there. That's called country scramble. So if you are making scrambled eggs, you would whisk those eggs up and maybe throw in, you could throw in heavy whipping cream, so to make them a little bit fluffy, so you can get your extra fat through your eggs too. So again, cook with your fats. Cook with your butters, your coconut oils, and that's it for that. So we're just going to set that aside. I'm going to pull this over here, and we're going to toast this tortilla, and that's it. Let me try this coffee. Good. Get yourself some flavored coffees. Let me come over here and see if we got any. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Okay. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Christina. Hey, Leroy. Hey, Regina. Use a shell. I tried that, Angie. I don't think that works. Someone told me that if you use a shell, I seen that little trick. And it says the egg likes to go back to its home, so use the shell and it'll come up. I tried it, but I'll try it again. I definitely try it again. Hey, Jackie, how are you doing? Hey, Mickey, what's going on? Hey, Shannon. Okay. I'm drinking your coffee this morning, Mick. I got your cinnamon roll coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. That's what I'm having. And I've got glazed donut, and I put a tablespoon of coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So that's my fat coffee for this morning. Hey, Jillian, what's going on, girlfriend? So I'm just making some country scrambled eggs with these little smoky sausages. And so I'm making 2 servings. Let me grab this thing over here. I gotta grab. Whoa! Holy shit! Okay, so I gotta grab these. Just a second here. See, this is why. People ask me why don't I come in the morning times. Now you guys know. I'm all over the place. So just toast these on both sides, and that's all you got to do. And then we're going to, that's not too warm. Make sure I'm not burning anything. I got to move some of this stuff out of the way. This is why I get so flustered, because I got shit all over the place. All right. Let me push that coffee back. I'm going to push that. Oh, my God. I'm burning shit, too. All right. Holy moly. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? So they just have to be toasted just a minute or so on each side. And again, I used La Banderita tortillas. These are called La Banderita. I got these ones at Meijer. I think they might have them at Kroger's. I'm not sure, but these are my favorite ones. These are a little bit thinner, and these have 4 net carbs for 1 tortilla, and they're huge. So you can use these to cut them up in triangles. You can fry them. You can make chips out of them. You can wrap anything you want in these, you guys. Anything. You can make pizza roll-ups. You can make ham roll-ups. You can make tuna salad roll-ups. The only thing you want to keep in mind about these carb tortillas, these things should be used in moderation, because these types of things, if you have them too much, can stall you. So having them once or twice in a week, it's okay. There's lots of other choices to go to. So just keep that in mind, all right? So use them, but don't use them every single day. Don't use processed meat every single day. This is how you can be successful. So you eat too many, if you eat too many of those things, it can stall you. Just like sugar-free chocolates, those sugar alcohols, because your body processes it right away. So too much of it will give you digestive upset, okay? So just in moderation, you know? So if you have a low-carb tortilla for breakfast, don't have no more low-carb tortillas for the day. It's not going to kill you if you do, but just be careful with it. And then that's it. So then you're going to take half of your mixture right here and put it in your burrito. Oh! I'm burning myself with eggs. Holy crap. And you want to step up your fat game even more? Throw a half cup of shredded cheddar on there too and log that in. So you can really fuel up on your fat in the morning time. You just have to be adding all that stuff in there. And then you're just going to roll it up just like this. Boom, boom, boom. And there is your breakfast burrito. That's it. So super easy, you guys. And I know in the morning time a lot of people don't have time to do like cooking and everything like that. I get it, but you know, it can be fairly easy. It can be fairly, hey mom, how are you? Oh yeah, Mickey, I learned about sugar-free candy too. So Mickey just said she learned about sugar-free candy the hard way. I did too, because one night I came home and I was going to have that ice cream that has like low carbs. So I'm like, I'm having sugar-free chocolates and ice cream. And it just made my stomach upset. It bloated me. So there's lots of things that will bloat you on this. So that's why you have to take it into moderation. So you can't just like, oh my God, I'm a sweet person and I'm going to go eat all these sugar-free chocolates because it fits in my macros. No, don't do that. Don't do it. Just have a few pieces, forget about it, and go back the next day. That's all you got to do. So, and then I'm going to take, let me turn that burner off. So I'll take the other half of this and throw it into my breakfast burrito there. So again, all I've got is 1 tablespoon. So when I log this, so if you really want to, if you're making 2 servings, use 2 tablespoons of butter. That way you can log 1 tablespoon of butter per person, 2 eggs per person, and 1 little sausage per person. So don't make it difficult or anything. Oh, look at me. I'm burning crap again. Burning. Hold on a second. Get that egg up there. But that's it. So you can also, what you can do is, oh, shit. Hold on a second. So breakfast burrito. Let me grab, hold on a second. Oh, shit. I'm right behind. Okay, so we don't have any fruit left. Okay, so I was going to show you. So this right here is going to be 5.5 carbs for your breakfast. So I was going to also show you can serve it with like about 8 or 9 raspberries on the side. You can do that too. So we got 10. So for my whole breakfast is going to be about 50 to 60 grams of fat. Just like that. That's all. That's all. So very important when you're on, if you don't feel, if you're doing this lifestyle You don't fuel your body with the fat in the morning because your body needs to run off of that fat as energy. So that's what that all is all about. So if you don't fuel your body, guess what? You're going to feel groggy. You're going to feel tired. So if you fuel your body with the right things that your body is used to, then your body's going to be going. Boom, boom, boom. And water, especially water. Half the things that happen to us, headaches, bloat, is because we're not getting enough water. So that's very, very important. On this ketogenic lifestyle, you should be drinking at least half your body weight in ounces, at least. So important, so important. You will see yourself more energy, more awake, more alert, just from drinking enough water. And then it helps your skin, keeps you hydrated, all that stuff. Hey, Terry, how are you doing? Hey, Kathy. Hey, Megan. How's it going? All right. You're welcome, Mickey. You're so welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Teresa. What a thing to tell a Mexican. Sorry. Learned. All right. I'm just seeing. Hey, Heather. Just seeing if I missed any questions right here. Erica, how are you? Okay, so yeah, you guys, this lifestyle doesn't have to be difficult, right? But if you are just starting out on this lifestyle, keep in mind your body needs to adjust, okay? You can't just flip the switch and be a glucose for energy and then turn it into fat for energy without immuning your body to that particular fat source or energy source, or however you're going to do it. So you just can't I'm going to go keto tomorrow and I'm stopping all my carbs. No, give your body some time to adjust to it. Wean down off of your carbs. Let your body get used to burning that fat as a fuel energy source, because what happens is you get the keto flu. And I don't know how many times I've heard people say oh, I can't do that keto flu. I can't do that keto. No, I got really sick. Oh my God, I got these bad headaches in my stomach. Because you didn't give your body the proper time to adjust to that certain lifestyle. That is it. So if you immune your body into being burning for fat for fuel, then you're not going to get sick. I haven't got sick, not once. I haven't got headaches. Well, I've got headaches from not drinking enough water. But hey, Jay, how are you doing? Hey, Kissy, how are you doing? Yeah, you can do a protein smoothie too. That's great. So whatever you want in the morning time, you should still be adding in those fats and everything on this lifestyle. But again, start off light. Dwindle down your carbs. Get used to your body. Your body's going to need an adjustment. I'm going to tell you, because our bodies are used to being using glucose for energy. So that's the bottom line. We have been adapted to that lifestyle our whole life. So when you switch that up, then your body's going to go through some changes. So you want to do it little by little. You don't want to just jump into it. So by adding the fat in, so that's why you're like, oh my, if somebody's got the keto flu, they went too fast. And the headaches, the keto flu and all that, they just didn't give their body time, because it works. I know a ton of people on this. This definitely works. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Let me see. Yeah, so that's all I got. So breakfast burritos today, you guys. Low carb tortillas, couple eggs and some butter, and one sausage length that I cut up. So 5.5 grams of carbs go in here, and I'm getting about, with my fat coffee, again, if you're just tuning in for fat coffee, put butter in there, put a table, and weigh and measure everything. Just don't scoop out your butter and think, because that's the whole idea of tracking your macros, is to make sure you get your macros in. So if you're just plopping some butter in there, and you might be putting 2 tablespoons in there, and then your numbers are going to be off. So you always want to measure. You can get yourself a scale. Super easy. I think this costs $10. $10. I've got 2 scales. So any of my recipes that I do online and I cook for everybody, I measure and weigh everything. So it's not a free-for-all when people are like, how much? I mentally know how much is in because I'm measuring everything. So I know exactly what's going in, but just measure yourself. Keep yourself accountable for that, you know, and it'll come. It'll be super, super duper, 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 duper easy. Hi, at night, at night, if you're getting hungry, fuel up on your fat. If you're getting hungry at night, you want to have your meal at nighttime, you want to fuel your meal with lots of fat because your fat is your energy source. Now, you have to keep in mind that fat is going to be your energy source that also could keep you alert and awake. So that's another symptom of the ketogenic diet is, you know, oh my God, I can't sleep. That's because your body's running off that fat. So that's why. So, that's one thing. So eat your dinner a little bit earlier, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Make that dinner a high-fat dinner, and then that should take you up. That should take you into the night and everything. And then just have those light snacks. You know, use pork rinds. I eat some cauliflower and some chip dip at nighttime. So I always keep stuff in my fridge, in my cupboard. I've got everything in my house that is going to make me successful. I've got all the flours, I've got all of the flaxseed meal, I've got all of the sweeteners, I've got pork rinds, I've got protein chips, I've got cauliflower. I keep it all. I make no excuses whatsoever if I can't follow this diet because, you know, somebody else isn't eating this diet. And guess what? If I'm cooking, you're eating it, and that's it. And you gotta have it, and it's safe for kids. You know, if you're worried about if it's safe for kids, it's safe for kids because what you're going to do is most things is protein and vegetables. So, you know, you're really not going to be giving your kids a fat coffee in the morning. So your kids are going to eat pretty much similar to what you are, but they're not getting all of the added fat that you're going to add in through your drinks or whatever you're going to add into. So super duper easy. Hey, Jim, how are you doing? Hey, Robert. So yeah, at nighttime, if you're a snacker, I'm a snacker also. They've got the low carb ice creams you can have, but have a bigger dinner. So if you're finding yourself you're hungry at night, make sure you have a bigger dinner during that night. That way that will take you and you're not going to be as hungry. So if you're eating light, of course you're going to be hungry. Your body is asking for more energy. That's why. So if you do a fat meal in the breakfast, a fat meal at lunch, a fat meal at dinner, you shouldn't hardly ever get hungry if you're putting your numbers in right. And that's all you got to do. Hey, Martha, how are you doing? So yeah, I just made some, whoever's just tuning in, I just made some fat coffee. Put some coconut oil in there. I got coconut oil, heavy whipping cream, and you can throw a tablespoon of butter in there. I got my skinny syrups, and these are great. They come in all different glazed donut. It's delicious. It's delicious. I've got all different ones. Chocolate peanut butter. I've got toasted marshmallow. I've got a salted caramel over there. I've got a mocha over there. So you can switch it up so you don't get bored. So that's the biggest thing. What am I going to eat? I'm going to get bored. You just have to use that mind and you just have to be creative and piece it together. That's pretty much all. You know, have breakfast burritos. So you can take these tortillas. Again, I'll show you guys. I buy these. These are my favorite ones. So there's all different kinds out there. These have four net carbs. The La Banderita carb pounder. So you can wrap anything in these, make wraps. You can make the breakfast burritos. You can cut them in, I've even cut these in triangles. And then I made dippable eggs and I used this as my dipper. So you can also use this as a replacement to your toast too. So lots of things that you can do. Make chips out of them. Lots of things. But again, be careful with those processed things. That's dirty keto. So when you're dirty keto, you eat processed things. So, but you have to keep in mind you can't eat them all the time. So that's the only thing you got to worry about is like not having it all the time. You know, you can have your cake and eat it too, but in moderation. So that's the trick of it. So super duper easy. You can't drink coffee, it makes you jittery. Okay, so you can have, all right, let me show you something real quick here. So this is another thing that I do. So I keep these on my counter. So these are all sugar-free. And again, you don't want to have these all the time, but they come, I buy them at the dollar store. They come in a box of like 6 or 10 of them. They're like $1, and they have, this is grape. I've got lemonade. This one is, I think, a cream soda. Country Time lemonade. So lots of things that you can drink. There's Tang. There's Tang. Who doesn't remember Tang? Yes. So I always keep these too because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm thirsty. What I'm going to have, you know? And I was a pop drinker. I was at least 4 Coca-Colas a day. At least 4 12-ounce Coca-Colas. I was probably getting at least 200 to 300 grams of sugar just from my pop. So I buy these. They come in all different flavors. They got fruit punch, they've got lemonade, they've got grape, they've got strawberry. There's one that's a Starburst cherry and the Starburst strawberry flavor. Good, good, good. So if you're not a coffee drinker, if you maybe tea, they do have decaffeinated coffee, so that could always be an option for you to drink decaffeinated coffee. But lots of things, and you can those right there, those drinks right there, easy. Just take your coconut oil, melt it down, throw it in your cup, shake it up or stir it up, and then drink it, and then you got it. So I know I don't drink that much coffee because coffee doesn't do well in my stomach, but I have it every once in a while. And when I have it, it's always a fat coffee. There's always about 30 to 40 grams of fat in here. Always, 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 number one. So that's what number one rule in the morning time, you should be fueling up with fat. If you're not going to eat in the morning time, you should be making some type of a fat drink. Even if you're making a protein shake, throw your coconut oil in there, throw your MCT oil in there, throw a little bit of butter in there and whip it up. You know, always fat fuel in the morning so it can give your body that energy to fuel off to get you to lunchtime. Otherwise, you're going to be hungry. It is what it is. You're just going to be hungry. Let me see, how much weight I have lost 90 pounds on the ketogenic lifestyle, and I started last January, and I lost that in 10 and a half months. So I have been maintaining my weight loss for 6 months now, following the lifestyle. I'm a little lenient, more relaxed on tracking, but I do still track. Because I know when I start to feel a certain way, I already know when my fat's off. So it all plays into if my fat level is low. So if I keep my fat level too low, it's not going to work. So I can feel that in my body, and then I go right back to tracking. So 90 pounds in about 10 and a half months. I was very diligent about tracking my macros. I was very no cheating. There was a couple times that I had an oops. I took some NyQuil. I didn't know there was sugar in it. I had no idea. I didn't even think I was sick. I just wanted to feel better. And a lot of people have said, but you're sick. You know, it shouldn't matter. Why is that an excuse? Why is that an excuse to have sugars because I'm sick? I don't need sugar when I'm sick. I need medicine. I don't want sugar when I'm sick. And if I'm going to have medicine or if I'm going to have sugar, I'm going to eat something that I want to eat, not NyQuil. I'll have a piece of cake or something, or go down to McDonald's and get a burger with some regular bread on it. I don't want it for my medicine. So it's not like I'm anal about my carbs, but you know, I didn't know. So in about a 12-hour period, I had 4 doses. It was 72 grams of sugar or something like that, and my body was only used to about 20 grams a day. So my fingers were swelled up, not like fat or anything, but I swell up. That's what carbs do to me. So they will give you a temporary like swelling, but not like medically. So there's a difference between medically and then just being puffy, you know. So like water retention, because for every 1 gram of carb, 4 grams of fluid will bind to that. So that's what happens to me. That's exactly what happens to my body. So I stay away from it. Do you have a before? Yeah, I have a lot of before and after pictures. I can definitely show you those. I have them on my phones though. One day hurts my stomach. Addiction wins. Let me see how much weight. Hi Matt from Lake Fort 50th class. Oh hey Matt, how are you? Hi, and Mayo. Yep, Mayo is great to those White Claws. So people that are drinkers. Yeah, White Claws and Smirnoff makes some. So those are great because they don't have a lot of flavor to them. Yes, Martha, these are great tortillas. What brand are those syrups? Skinny syrups, Rachel. Those are called skinny syrups. Did you have to be super strict during the first week? I don't think I was super, Amanda, I don't think I was super strict during my first two weeks. I actually was amazed that I was eating the way that I was eating. My first 2 weeks were my biggest loss. 7 pounds each the first 2 weeks. So I lost 14 pounds in 2 weeks. And I was making eggs, cheese, bacon. Like, I couldn't believe that I was eating the sandwich that I was eating. I couldn't believe that I was eating all of this fat because I was so used to eating glucose that my mind wasn't in that mindset yet. So I got on the scale and I lost 7 pounds. So in the beginning, what I did, I didn't go look at recipes. I wasn't watching videos. I didn't ask for no help. I didn't even tell nobody I was even doing this ketogenic diet because I didn't want to fail. What I did was I tracked my macros. I set my macros. I tracked those numbers and I got those numbers every single day with no cheating whatsoever. I mean, and it was all about finding what I could eat. I mean, some days I ate pork rinds and egg salad. Sometimes I would eat, I don't have my protein powder. So let me grab my protein powder real quick. Let me grab my protein powder. So at the end of the night, sometimes I needed a little bit of protein and I still needed like 30 grams of fat. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get this? So peanut butter protein powder. I buy a couple tablespoons of this, mix it with water, you make a paste. You take your coconut oil, and mix it in there and you got your fat. So I can put 3 tablespoons of that in with a couple tablespoons of that and I got my fat. So lots of tricks. So it was about piecing everything together. So I wasn't doing meals in the beginning. I was just eating things to equal my macros. So pork rinds, eggs, bacon, all of the things. Added butter, broccoli, all of those things. So now that I've been on it for a while, now I know because how to cook and what I can cook. Because before I didn't want to dabble in it. I just wanted to eat the things that were making me successful. Let me see. So yeah, so if you want to be super strict about it, and track your macros, you'll be successful. But again, you have to set those. How do you feel about diet soda? I feel fine about diet soda. I feel that you should have that in moderation. I don't think that that is going to affect you. Now that's where that dirty keto comes into play. So I have a diet soda every now and then. I just had one yesterday. I bought some Whoppers from Burger King and I brought those Whoppers home and made my own chaffles. And I took the stuff in the Whopper and put them in my chaffles. And then I had a diet soda with it. So I still had a Whopper, but I made my own bread. So definitely, I mean, don't restrict yourself. If you like diet soda, have a diet soda. I mean, it's not, one diet soda is not going to kill you. Now, some people are like, no, because of the stuff in it. But in moderation, that's all you have to worry about. You get so sick when you try to get into ketosis after day. Well, that's where you need that adjustment. Nashiria, that's where you need that adjustment period of going into putting your body into ketosis. Your body's not used to being in that ketosis state because it's used to being into a glucose burning state. So that's why you want to just take a few weeks and lower your carbs. You know, track your carbs. If you're eating 150 grams of carbs, you know, the next day eat 140 grams of carbs, and then 130 grams of carbs, and then 120 grams of carbs. Let your body get used to being fueled. And you can't just stop. Like, if you just stop doing this if you stop doing this, then your body is going to go back to what it was used to, which was a glucose burner. So you either have to follow the plan or you don't. So I don't know, there's been a lot of people that say, oh my God, I cheated and I feel so bad and I feel like garbage, because your body was used to being a fat burner and then you flip the switch again. So, hey Scott, how's it going? How do you make your own bread? There's all different recipes. So I use almond flour, there's coconut flour. I have a one that you can make with all natural peanut butter. So super duper easy. Most of the biscuits that I make are super fast, super easy. It's just literally like, 5 or 6 ingredients, you whip it up, and then I made the pizza bagels. So lots of things to make, If you're that bread person, you need that in your life, there's lots of recipes, but you have to make it. But there are some places that are selling those low carb breads now. So I don't miss it. I don't buy those. I bought them once, but I don't even think I even opened it or used it, because I like all the foods that I'm eating now. I mean, with the other stuff. So, happy Saturday. Hey Vic, how's it going? I'm just going to go through these comments real quick to see if I missed anybody. I don't even know if I missed anybody. But yeah, you guys, so this is a lifestyle change. And it doesn't have to be difficult, okay? So just remember that, if you're just starting out, it's okay. Get adjusted to it, because this is a process. Your body has to get used to it. You have to get familiar with the foods and what you can have and what you can't have. You got to set your macros, and be consistent with it. Just be consistent with the lifestyle. You can worry about having that crap if you want to have a little treat or a little cheat day or whatever. I don't do that. So, but if you do, it's fine. It's fine. You're not gonna kill yourself. We're gonna live for a very long time. So, if you want to have a serving of potatoes, clearly don't beat yourself up for it. Don't beat yourself up for it, because it will happen. As long as you're consistent with it, we all know how to be consistent, because we're consistent with bad things all the time. We're consistent with going to McDonald's. We're consistent with and why do we go to those places? Because it's good. If it wasn't good, you wouldn't go, right? So find the things that you love that work for you and be consistent with that. Don't beat yourself up if you don't like, almond flour. Find something else. If you don't like coffee, find something else. It's not the end of the world. You just have to find certain things. That's all. That's it, you guys. Let me see if I got any more questions, because I'm going to eat my first time watching you. Hello from North Carolina. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. I would love to see you make... Okay. I mean, when I make bread for burgers, Martha, I usually make chaffles. I use a simple recipe for a chaffle. I keep it simple. I don't get into all those 8-ingredient chaffle recipes. I use a half cup of cheddar cheese and 1 egg, and I'll throw 1 tablespoon of almond flour in there. And sometimes I put a little bit of garlic powder in there, maybe a little bit of Italian seasoning. Sometimes that's it. I whisk it up and I throw it on. I keep it simple. If it tastes good, keep it simple. All of these recipes that we're cooking out here that you're seeing, a lot of them are so similar. But once you get down those base recipes of doughs, like you can make calzones. I made sausage pinwheels last night that were amazing. So lots of things. So you just have to find base recipes. But I never make bread on here, because it's more than an hour to make the bread. And nobody's got time for that. You know what I mean? Nobody's got time to sit here and make that bread. But I mean, I have made breads before, but I'll make that peanut butter bread again. So that one was really good, and it was super duper easy. It was just like all natural peanut butter. There was only like 5 ingredients in it, and it came out and it was delicious. It didn't taste like peanut butter or anything, and it was great. It's a dense bread. Not sure on macros. Emma, I can tag you in a video that I did last week, and explains all types of macro stuff. You have protein wrap, but I'd much rather have the bun. I get it, Dal. I have that too, but that's where you make your chaffles. Make your little chaffles. Have those things. You can wrap your burger into this. You can make your own burger wrap in there. You know, these tortillas. So there's lots of things, because that's the mindset, is like we're so used to having those things, the breads, the buns, and all of that, that we're not thinking outside the bun. Think outside the bun and find things that you like that will work for you. So chaffles are great. So, and some people are just like, I don't like eggs. Well, you got to find something that you like. Those are just going to be excuses. If you're using these excuses of I don't like eggs, I don't like this, I don't like that, those are just excuses. Stop making the excuses and find the things that are going to work for you, rather than like, I can't do this diet because I don't have bread. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable whatsoever, because if you want to be successful, you're going to find a way. That's number one. And I was tired of being fat. I was tired of being overweight. I was tired of being sluggish. I was tired of being moody. I was tired of all of those things. And I finally was consistent with something, and I went with it. And that's all that is. All right, you guys. Made taco cups. Oh yes, Marie, those are so good. Those are so good. Do you exercise with keto? Not really. I played sports my whole life. I'm a massage therapist, so a lot of my muscle definition was there. A lot of my supplements that I have help me preserve my muscles, but I do a little bit of working out. I do some walking. I park further out at the grocery store. I take the stairs. I'll do some squats. I'll do some crunches. Nothing. I mean, that's the difference with this ketogenic diet, you know, because you don't lose muscle on the ketogenic diet. You lose fat. So in the ketogenic diet, you're not going to always see that on the scale, but just know, take your before and after pictures, because your body composition is going to change if you're doing it right. You might not lose the weight on the scale right away, but I can guarantee you your body composition is going to be changing, because it's going to be going into that fat source that is stored. After the glucose is gone out, then it goes through your glucose, it goes through your proteins, it goes to your fats. So you keep that glucose out of your system, and then boom, it just goes through that moderate protein, and it attacks that fat right away. So always take your before and after. And no, I don't exercise, but you should exercise. It's good for the heart. So you should at least be doing at least 3 moderate 30-minute workouts. Brisk walk, little quick 30-minute. You don't have to do anything pump, you know, get all crazy with it. You can if you want to, but you know, you should be adding a little bit in, because as you're losing weight, you want to tone up. So I got flab. I got the flab. So I got the excess skin from where I was when I was bigger. So that's all excess skin. If you want to take that away, I mean, look how little my arms are. And I mean, I got the muscle there, but I mean, there's excess skin there. So if I work out, I can probably loosen that up. So I've got excess skin around my hips and my butt, because those are my problem areas. I never had an issue around my stomach. So that's always been, my stomach's always been flat. So I've always had, you know, good there, but my hips, my legs, and everything else. But yeah, you should definitely work out. I don't say don't work out, like, oh my God, like I do the keto diet and I don't work out. No, that's not the image that I want to portray, because I think you should always add in some exercise, whether it's through your daily activities of parking further out at a grocery store, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, adding dancing in your house, whatever. You should always add something in. Hey Jessica, how are you doing? Hey Roxy, how bad is black beans? Oh, well, Kissy, I would not have black beans, but if you're gonna have black beans, then you should be measuring those black beans out and finding exactly how many carbs are in there. If it fits into your macros, I say have it. So if you sprinkled a little bit of black beans on there and you went out and did a nice 30-minute walk, I wouldn't worry about it. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, that if you're gonna eat it, work it off. So that's the quickest way you're gonna burn off those glucose carbs, is to work it off. So it's where we're getting fat, is we're not burning more than we're consuming. So that's what you want to keep in mind. So if you do have a little oops in the morning time, throw a little bit of black beans on there, just go for a walk. So you can burn it off really quickly in a day. Easy, easy peasy. Easy peasy. So thank you, Karen. Does alkaline water affect keto? No, I don't think it would. Alkaline water has got the extra vitamins and stuff in it. So I break all the rules on keto. Like, I'm a dirty keto person. So I've set my macros, and whatever can fit into my macros. And for example, I don't like to give like bad examples or bad habits, but I'm realistic about it, okay? So if I want some cheese puffs, from the store, I'm gonna look to see how much a serving size is, 1 ounce. I'm gonna weigh that 1 ounce on my scale, and I know it's got 18 carbs in it, so I'm gonna go carb-free all day long by eating eggs and anything that has no carbs in it. I'm gonna eat that way the whole day, so I can have my 1 serving of Cheetos, because it will fit into my 20 carbs or less per day macros. So that's how I eat. So I don't do it all the time, but I fit things in if I really, really, really want it, but I make it work in my numbers. So you're welcome, Nishiria. Is International, no. International Delight, no sugar creamer, okay for coffee. You can have that, but again, just measure it out. You're going to measure it out, and you're going to put it in your coffee. I don't like it. I think it tastes like crap. Most of those sugar-free stuff, I do like these syrups, but I've had the sugar-free creamers. Use heavy whipping cream and get yourself some of these flavored syrups. It's equally as good. And then you're going to get your fat, because that's where you want in your coffee. You want your fat in your coffee. So get yourself some good syrups to put in your coffee. Get yourself some heavy whipping cream. And those coffee creamers, I just don't think they taste good. So if I can't have the real thing, the full fat one, I don't want it. I don't like the sugar-free ones I don't really like them too much. But if you like them, totally, it's okay. But just measure the stuff out, and not too much of it, because that stuff can stall you, all those sugar-free stuff. Told me that 1,200 calories and okay, so 1,200 calories, if you are 120 pounds and 5'2". So you want to take, an easy way to figure it out is you're going to take your body weight and you're going to times 11. So if you're 150 pounds, times that by 11. So whatever that number is going to be the number that you're going to need to get to maintain that specific weight. Now you need a calorie deficit. So that maintenance number needs to be lower. So at 150 pounds times 11, you get that number. That's what the amount you'll have to eat in order to maintain that 150 pounds. Now you want to lose? Now you're going to go lower than that maintenance number. So that's how you figure it out. So 1,200 calories, you go ahead. If she wants to go ahead, I'm 5'11". I would starve myself on 1,200 calories, and especially because I'm eating 50 to 60 grams of fat per day, I would literally only be eating 500 calories from food. Not happening. Not happening in mine. Nope. I eat my food. So I eat about 16 to 1,800 calories per day for me. So I'm 5'11". I'm 185 pounds. So I started at 267 pounds. So I'm 185 pounds. So 185 pounds times 11, and I get that number, which is, I think it's 2,000 calories. So I'm eating 1,600 to 1,800 calories. So I'm eating lower than my maintenance number. My maintenance number to stay at this weight is 2,000. So take your weight, times it by 11, get that number, set your macros, 1 to 200 calories below that. So again, it's going to go lower by your weight. So again, if you're 100 pounds times 11, that's 1,100. That's 1,100. So in order to maintain that 100 pounds, that person would have to eat 1,100 calories. If they wanted to lose weight, they would eat under 1,100 calories. Yes, Roxy. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, so this diet, this keto lifestyle, this isn't a calorie, you have to have a calorie deficit. So it's not a free-for-all. You do have to have a calorie deficit, but you definitely need your calories up there. So again, take your weight, times it by 11, get that number, and then go below that. So that's how you're going to set your macro. So if your calories are at 1,800 for a maintenance, then eat 1,400 to 1,600 calories to lose your weight. Just like that. And then set those macros. Super duper duper easy. Did I miss anything? Been on keto for over a year. Finally, yes. Yeah, it's just, you know, people don't explain the macros. People don't explain the process. People don't understand the process. And once you start understanding the processes, yes. Anybody that wants to be tagged in my macro video, you just let me know. It just kind of explains how to get your percentages of a calorie amount that you're going to set. So it shows you exactly how to get 75%, 20%, 5% of your macros. So once you set your calories, then that video will show that. So, all right, you guys. All right, I'm going to jump off. Can you be under your macros? No. So basically, when you set your calorie amount and you set those macros are going to be specific percentages of that caloric amount. So going under your macros at that caloric amount, you would have to readjust your macros to that caloric amount that you did get. So that's where a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can't eat 1,700 calories. And like, that's too much. So they're mentally, and they're lowering their calories, but they're not meeting those percentages. So now their percentages are not 75, 20, and 5%. So whatever you set your macros at, and you are finding yourself, it's too much, then lower your calories, readjust the macros, and then go off of those macros. You find yourself that you're a little bit hungry, up those calories, readjust those macros, and then go off those numbers. So whatever you set your macros at is what you should be getting. Otherwise, your numbers are going to be, your percentages will be off. So definitely, that's a good rule of thumb. So set your macros, and then you adjust your numbers to however you are feeling. So if it's too much food, then lower your macros. So if you're eating 1,800 calories and it's just too much, you can't meet it, then try it at 1,600, see where you're at. Then if you find yourself hungry, then up it to 1,700 and readjust. So you always want to readjust those macros to whatever calorie content you are getting. So it's not about getting the calories and then going lower. So you can adjust your calories by already putting it lower. So you'll adjust those calories at a deficit in the beginning. So again, take your body weight, times it by 11, whatever that number is, go lower than that for your calorie deficit, because you always have to have a calorie deficit to lose weight. But 1,200 calories on me, no way. I did that at Medical Weight Loss Clinic when I was 19, about 25 years ago. And they had me on a 1,200 calorie diet, and I was starving. I had chicken, I had lettuce, I had blah, 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 blah. 1,200 calories. Guess what happened after 12 weeks? I was loyal, I was religious. I gained all of it back. I lost 32 pounds and gained it all back. Actually, in 7 years, I gained 100 pounds. So, yeah, no, you have to fuel your body. Make sure you fuel your body. I need to watch your macro video, yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Whoever wants to be tagged, I'll tag you in there. But that's all I got for you guys today. I could talk all morning, but I'm gonna eat my my cold breakfast burritos here. But yeah, I got a macro video that kind of explains how to get to the macros. Super easy. Super duper 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 easy. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. Bye.